Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. I'm JR. Peanut and Coco are in the back seat. I wanted you to see the weather here today. 43 degrees and raining. It's a beautiful day to head to the junkyard. Why is it a beautiful day to head to the junkyard? Because nobody else is going to be out there. They're all going to be on their couches, wishing they were closer. So, I'll bring you guys back when we get there. We'll see what we can find. This is cool. This is C60. I think it's a 60 by the grill. Very cool. They have it marked as a builder, which means it'll be for sale. Oh yeah, 60. This would be neat. I'd like to have this. I mean, I'd have to do literally everything to it, but it would be cool with my new plasma table to cut up a bed for it and put some modern axles on it, or maybe put the body on the cab on a modern frame. It'd be a good time. It's really the only thing of interest out here in the bullpen at the moment. So yeah, I'm gonna head in and bring you guys back. Alright, I'm gonna start my journey off today in the core pile here. I'm looking for a 4l60 bell housing. I have been for some time. I believe that these are both small block versions, but I'll check the numbers on them before I leave. And the reason I'm looking for one is because I have an AR5 transmission, or I have an AR5 adapter. I'm working with somebody to start selling AR5 adapters. There's really no point in concealing that anymore. It'll probably be around New Year before I really get into that, but yeah, I'll check those. I always check the core pile for 4l60s because there's always one in the core pile. So I don't really have much to do until my building's built, and as far as I know, I was just in there Saturday. They're waiting on poles, so I'm waiting on poles. Well, this is all here. Drive-by-wire stuff. Nice square body. Well, it's not nice. I like square bodies. The old Quadrajet, called Quadrajunk by people who don't know how to tune carbs. Everybody who doesn't know how to tune a carb thinks that every other carb is a piece of crap, and it's funny because I don't know why there's reflectors in the doors. It's funny because they just take like whatever brand out of the box and keep trying until they get something that works. What do we have here? My oh my. She's an all aluminum boy. Let's get the year. Depending on the year, this could be a Gen 4. And I might pull this just for the hell of it. It's a miserable experience. LM4. So this is literally an LM7 with an aluminum block. Yeah, I can't get in there. You're gonna have to trust me on this. Man, it's all here too. It's even got the older style PCM. So this is an older, yeah, it's an 04. This is that's a good pull. I might pull this just for the hell of it, just to show how it goes. The worst part about these is that the axle, the front diff is bolted to the side of the oil pan. And on one side's the diff, and on the other side, this side's the diff, and on the other side is the disconnect, which is how they make it work. They just slide a collar. So you have to pull these axle shafts to get the engine out, and that's the miserable part. And people tell me dumb shit like, oh, well, if you lift the body off the frame. Yeah, no kidding. I'm not lifting the body off the frame. But that's cool. That's a cool find. One of the other things that I was about to say, so I'm also looking for another engine for the Dodge. Not really, but kind of. I don't need one right away because I don't have my building. That's why I sold the engine that I had. But if something comes along that I can make use of, I will certainly do that. Let me bring you guys right back. My hand. Alright, sorry about that. My hand got all frozen and wet. So yeah, I don't really need, but I'd like an engine for the Dodge, which brings me to another point that I was going to make for you guys. This is a 04. Something that came up recently on the Facebook group. Guy has a, here's an 05. This is perfect. Guy has a early iron block LQ4 and he wants to make 1,000 horsepower and he wants to make it to, somebody got it. Wants to make it to an AR5. So, you know, he wants Gen 4 rods. He wants a manual transmission, and those things aren't really compatible with the early block. So now he's trying to get his crank turned down, or trying to buy another crank, trying to buy Gen 4 rods. And this would have all been easier had he decided from the start that these were the things that he had to have, couldn't live without, and bought the appropriate later model block. Now I'm not saying, what I'm saying is if this is your first engine swap, get it running. Start there. Here's an LQ4, 4l80. Jeez, I told you guys we'd find some good stuff today. Let's take a look. LQ4 MT1. I'm gonna have to come back and get this. What's right next to it? Another one, probably. Ooh, that's a bread box intake. This is an 08. That's not gonna be in the normal truck intake, but it's a 4.8. So that means that it's not gonna be rectangle port heads. An MT1, so it's still a 4l80. I'm not sure when they went to the 6 speeds. But yeah, if this is your first engine swap, you gotta be honest. I keep telling you guys that. Are you really gonna make 1,000 horsepower? Or did you see Matt Happel or Richard Holdner do it on a dyno and you thought that would be awesome and I can impress all my friends? You know, first that. If all you've ever done is put some fabricated valve covers on your 305, then you're probably not capable of making 1,000 horsepower out of the gate. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I already took all that crap. That's fine. Like, don't worry. It's cool. There's nothing wrong. It's okay to be itty bitty. But if you do have some sense of what you're doing and know what you want to do, again, I'm looking for an AR5. They tend to be gone, but I haven't looked that hard. I'm not that motivated yet. The Junkyard will provide what you need, and so go into it with eyes open, knowing what you want, knowing what your goals are. And if you're legitimately capable, it's not your first rodeo, you've been building cars for years, you've been building engines for years, then get what you need in the first place. If you want drive-by-wire, buy a drive-by-wire engine. If you want drive-by-cable, buy a drive-by-cable engine. They're out here. They're everywhere. You might have to come out on a 42-degree day in the rain. Somebody asked me how I have time. I make time. I'm currently self-employed, but I've been employed before, and I came to this very yard right here on a vacation day to pull an engine in the rain before. And that's on the channel. So you gotta want it. But as always, know what you want going in. And what I'm looking for the Dodge is a 05, 06, 5.3 Donner. Because it'll already have Gen 4 rods in it, and I'm legitimately trying to make 800 horsepower. This I might come back and get, though. I mean, almost certainly. Let's go see what else we can find. I've been babbling about people knowing their role long enough. I'll bring you guys back. My hands are freezing. As always, I look for easy money when I'm out here. Didn't find any yet, but I did find this, which is already smashed. So you know it ran and drove. Like I always say, there's no need to go into that engine. None. Don't mess with it. Put it in your junk, or add your cam, add your turbo, whatever you're gonna do. But you don't need to be, while you're at it, taking apart the bearings on that. It's really a miserable day out here. And I found a lot of what I'm looking for. A clue that you're looking at a newer truck is they didn't have half-ton crew cabs until like 05 and 06. Before that, if you wanted a crew cab half-ton, you bought an Avalanche. And this is kind of what killed the Avalanche. Once they were able to... And did somebody take the transmission out of this already? Because that would make life easy for me. I see the drive shafts laying down there. Nah, it's in there. Some bitch. They just took the starter off and threw it on the floor, on the ground. So this is 06. This is going to have Gen 4 rods. It would be a good engine for me in the Dodge to buy already done, so I don't have to mess with it. Let's watch some more. Like I said, crew cabs are all 05, 06. They didn't offer them earlier than that. And it is cold. My hand's cold. Should wear gloves. Unfortunately, my gloves are laying in the back of the truck, and they're all wet too. So that was brilliant. Somebody really needed some solenoids here. Some choices were made here. I wonder what happened. Why you do this? You didn't spin it before you took it out? It's a little bizarre. It's been here a while. The ports are all clogged up with rain. It's a little weird. Wonder why somebody did this. It's a 99 too. It's not even a good one. Crazy. People are crazy. That's all I really know. I believe that this was out here before. It has an L59 in it. Yep. I can tell by the injectors, and they're all still there. It's a 04. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to head out of here. My hand's freezing, mainly. And I'll probably come back and pull this drivetrain out of this van, or this Trailblazer. We'll see. Probably the van, though. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the rainy day trip through the junkyard. Like I said, like I always say, you got to really want it. If you want it, go get it, and also know what you're getting into going in. You know, don't buy the wrong engine for you, for your goals, and make realistic goals. Don't make goals you can't achieve. You're gonna build an LS powered rocket ship and fly to Mars? Probably not. So like, let's be real about that. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you later.